So, you can see that the market has been quite directional over the last couple of weeks here. And, this area, or let's see. So this area over here, this was larger time frame resistance for quite some time, roughly this like 23 to, 28 area or so. It was larger time frame resistance for quite some time. We got a breakout above that area, and now we've seen a retracement back into that particular area. So over the next couple of days, the question is going to be whether we can now stabilize and start heading back up, or is this going to be a failed larger time frame breakout, which can then bring the support areas below into play. So the big swing that's in play right now is this one, right? That starts down here near 27, 28 or something and goes all the way up to 54.5. So this is the big larger time frame swing that happens to be in play. And even though this is a breakout of a larger time frame zone, we also have to keep in mind that the move starts all the way down here, right? So it goes up, it balances for just 1 or 2 days, and then tries breaking out, but the big swing is still this. So given the fact that the market had moved so much, by the time it finally broke out, it essentially got overextended, and now we're getting a little bit of rotation, balancing, some range-bound activity, which is not really that problematic. Given how overextended the market was, it's not a surprise to get sellers active here. So just because we're back at 28.20s doesn't necessarily mean that this whole pattern has to now flip and become bearish, right? Because the big swing is still going to be intact, and anyone who missed this upside move can still enter on retracements, and that means buyers can still be active at support on retracements. And that's the theme that we've seen over the last couple of days, is that even though on the daily chart, it looks like it's just straight down, we know that on the 5-minute chart, there have been a lot of really good long setups along the way. This zone captured the low of day today. This 23.5 to 26.5 zone provided a nice response on the day time frame. So right now, I wouldn't become overly bearish, based on the last couple of days because of the bigger pattern. The bigger pattern is still bullish. You can see this is, in the grand scheme, this is a very small retracement. Given how much the market moved over the last several days, this is not a big deal, right? This is not anyone who's bullish and is a larger time frame player, institution, this little pullback is not going to affect their bias. So, for now, I think buyers still have a chance of stepping in and pushing the market higher. I think as a day trader, you always have to be quite flexible because, the bigger pattern could be bullish, but on the day time frame, you can still find opportunities on the short side, right? We saw that yesterday, where even though the bigger swing is clearly bullish, the ideal setups yesterday were on the short side. So, just because the bigger swing is looking good to the upside doesn't mean that as day traders we're not going to find opportunities on the other side. So I think for us, we always have to take it day by day, but in terms of the bigger picture, this is the big swing that we're focused on right now, and I'm looking at this as a pullback in the context of a large upswing. I'm not reading this as this big false breakout, which can now result in a big breakdown just yet. I think we would need to see some heavier selling come into the market. We would have to see a lot more panic from buyers to really flip that view and get much more bearish. But for now, I think it would be risky to get overly bearish too soon. I'd rather get bearish a little bit later than necessary than get bearish early and take several losses before that bearish case actually develops and works out. So for now, that's the view. But like I said, as day traders, we do have to take it day by day and really even hour by hour. So if you are trading the E-mini S&P and you want to follow along with our daily view, our bias, our plan for the day, the zones, all that stuff, then you are welcome to join the EminiPlayer site and get access to the daily trade plan, the zones, the recaps, and that can really accelerate the whole learning process.